What's up, tribe? Today, I'm going to be going over 8 things that you should never do after uploading a YouTube video. Let's get into it. Oh, I almost forgot. I am Trey, and you are watching Learn with Trey, where we learn everything there is to know about YouTube. Number 1 on the list, buying views. You should never buy YouTube views, okay? Not from a third-party site and not even directly from YouTube. The only time you should run a YouTube promotion is if you have something to sell. I've looked at hundreds. And I do mean hundreds of channel analytics. Every channel that has ever bought third-party subscribers or views or run YouTube promotions to get their video pushed out, all of the retention rate was terrible, okay? So do not run YouTube promotions or buy views. Number 2 on the list, sharing the video with family and friends. When you first upload a video, you shouldn't share the video anywhere, okay? Not Facebook, not TikTok, not Instagram, Wait, I take that back. Hold on a second, all right? You can share the video on social media sites if you for sure know that that audience is the same exact audience that is supposed to be watching your YouTube videos. But if I share it to my personal Facebook page and I know all of my family and friends, or I share it to my personal Instagram page and I know all of my family and friends are gonna go watch the video and they not go watch the whole thing, they just go watch a small percentage of the video, which is gonna drop your average retention rate on the video, and then they're gonna subscribe to the channel, which is gonna confuse YouTube because you need your subscribers to be as pure as possible on YouTube, especially your first set of subscribers. I know y'all hear me talk about this in other videos, but you need your subscribers to be pure because this is the audience that YouTube is going to make a lookalike audience off of, okay? So if I have 10 people subscribed to my channel, and those 10 people are my family and friends, and they don't watch any of my videos, and they are not the avatar for my watchers, then YouTube doesn't have a good audience to make my lookalike audience off of when they send my video out into the algorithm world of YouTube. So nobody's gonna click on my video, nobody's gonna watch my video with the people that they tested out to, which is gonna cause my videos not to get views. And then YouTube is gonna eventually just stop and give up on my channel. Now I know what you're thinking. But Trey, what am I gonna do? How do I get views on my videos then? Slow down, okay? You have to be patient and allow YouTube to do its thing. That's a part of the game, okay? That's completely normal. Number 3 on the list is being obsessed with your analytics. Now I know this is difficult, and I'm not gonna lie. I refresh the YouTube studio every 30 minutes on an hour when I upload a video. So I'm guilty of this too, all right? But I'm gonna show you exactly what analytics you should be looking at. You shouldn't be looking at the views. Let me explain something to you. Although we are gonna look at the views, you shouldn't be worried about CTR and click-through rates and impressions just yet because you don't have enough data to accurately judge, okay? You don't have enough data to accurately judge your CTR or your impressions or your click-through rates just yet. Let me show you what analytic that you should be looking at because this is the most important one, especially when you're starting a new channel or trying to get a channel off the ground. Let me show you. All right, people, so we're gonna take a look at my channel analytics. Over here to the left, all you have to do is hit analytics. Then you wanna hit advanced mode. Now this is my first month and a half on YouTube, right? I go to advanced mode. Then I'm gonna scroll down here on advanced mode and I'm gonna hit content. And I'm gonna go traffic source. Right here, I just wanna show you the dates. Right here you have the dates. You can see it's like my first month and a half on YouTube. I hit traffic source, all right? So click traffic source on the breakdown. And then this is very important. You wanna scroll down to suggested videos. This feature right here shows you exactly how YouTube sees you, all right? It's called suggested videos. You're gonna click on it and then you're gonna look at the videos you come after. Now, this is basically saying, this video right here is my top one. It's saying I'm recommended after me, which is good. That means YouTube is recommending me after people watch my videos. Then I go down here, monetize your channel in only 2 videos. That fits my audience. She's about YouTube growth. How to get more views on YouTube, that fits my audience. That's another one of my videos, which is good. All right, go down here. This is about YouTube growth. Now, if you're looking at these suggested videos, and this is not the same, these videos are not targeting the same exact audience that you are targeting, then there's a problem. There's a problem with the title. There's a problem what's going on in the thumbnails. There's a problem what's going on in the tags. For some reason, YouTube is not seeing you how you should be seen. All of the videos that I'm recommended after are about YouTube growth. They're not about TikTok growth. They're not about Instagram growth. They are specifically about YouTube growth. Number 4 on the list is changing your thumbnails and titles too early. Now, I know you listen to all the other YouTube gurus and they told you that if your CTR is low or your click-through rate is low, then you should try adjusting the thumbnails or adjusting the titles. But listen, let's say you have 20 views, hypothetically, okay? Hypothetically, you only have 20 views. If 2 people click on your video, 2 people, you have a click-through rate of 10%. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can't judge your click-through rate off the small amount of views you have. You don't have enough data to accurately decide, okay, I need to change the thumbnail because my click-through rate wasn't this. Or I need to change the title because my click-through rate wasn't this. You don't have enough data because 3 views can change your entire click-through rate. 5 views can change your entire click-through rate. So it is entirely too early for you to be making any decisions off of your CTR, especially when it comes to thumbnails and when it comes to titles. Number 5 on the list, never delete your videos because they didn't get any views, okay? Now you can delete or private a video if the video wasn't shot the way you want it, if it wasn't edited the way you want it, if you made a mistake, but do not delete the video because your feelings are hurt. You have to remove the emotions when you're trying to grow a YouTube channel. And this is the hardest part for any YouTuber to really comprehend, okay? Because I get it, it's emotional. You work 15, 10 hours, 20 hours on the video, you got 3 views, it's embarrassing. But everybody goes through the stage of embarrassment on YouTube to get a channel off the ground, me included, all right? So it's something that you're gonna have to deal with. Now that brings us to number 6 on the list, not using the community tab to post your thumbnail and video link. YouTube is now putting posts on the homepage of his algorithm, okay? So if your video doesn't make it on the homepage for your subscribers to see, your posts can still make it on the homepage for your subscribers to see, or your posts can still make it on the feed when you're scrolling and swiping through the phone. All right, tribe, so I am on my YouTube's homepage. I am gonna scroll down and boom, look what we see right here. Latest YouTube post. As you can see, YouTube is prioritizing putting the post on the main page of YouTube. Okay, so this is one of the reasons why you need to use this feature. Now, let me show you how to use the feature. If we go over here to a podcast, you see right here where it says home, I'm going to go to post. It's on the post section. We go over here and as you can see, they have the imaging and it's a 1:1 aspect ratio. If we scroll down a little bit more, it is not a 1:1 aspect ratio for this thumbnail. They were making a mistake and I hit them up. I hit my fellas up over on the podcast because I actually love their podcast. And I was telling them, hey, you got to make sure it's 1:1. If not, YouTube is going to punch it in. And this is an example of YouTube punching it in. So y'all probably know Big Jai. He's a YouTuber as well. If I click on this, you see how the thumbnail punched in? You can't have that. Okay. So you needed to be, let me go back. You needed to be a 1:1 aspect ratio so that the thumbnail can show up. And if I click on this image, they basically just put a black border around here. You can use a white border, you can use a black border, you can use whatever, but you have to make sure it is a 1:1 aspect ratio. All right. And that's pretty much it. And if you don't know what 1:1 aspect ratio, it literally means a square. Everything is a square and not a rectangle. You understand? If it's a rectangle, YouTube is going to punch in to make it a square. 1:1 ratio. Number 7 on the list is not letting the video fully process before you hit publish. Now, there's 2 reasons you need to let the video fully process. One, if you shot the video in HD or 4K, it needs time so that the viewer can actually watch it in 4K. Now, the second reason is the most important. You want to make sure you don't have any copyright claims on this video, okay? This is what I see the new YouTubers get all the time. They may use a sound effect or a piece of music or something in their videos and it gets copyrighted. Now you have published a copyrighted video and now you have to take the video down because the worst thing you could ever do on YouTube is get a copyright strike in the very beginning of trying to grow a YouTube channel, okay? You do not want that. So make sure you let the video fully process and it's going to say no copyright claims found in this video. Then you hit publish and send the video out to the world. Number 8 on the list is not watching the video all the way out before you hit publish. This is a rookie mistake. Now, I know your video may be long and you're tired of looking at it because you already spent 5-6 hours editing the video and you really just want to hit upload because you're done with it. But listen to me. It is imperative that you watch that video all the way out before you hit the upload. I cannot tell you how many times I have seen new YouTubers, and I can't even really say new YouTubers because I've done it too. That's why I have to always sit there and watch the video all the way out before I actually hit the publish button and send that video to the YouTube world. Because nothing hurts worse than when you publish that video and you're watching it the next day and you see a big chunk is missing. Now you got to take the video down and it's going to hurt you in the algorithm to re-upload the same exact video. Because YouTube is not going to push it to the same exact subscribers that it just pushed it to. It's not going to give you 2 pushes and 2 notifications to somebody's phone in one day. It's just not, okay? And I'm telling you, nothing hurts worse than that. All right, tribe, thank you for watching the video. If you're interested in growing your YouTube page, click right here and watch the next video. As always, may God bless you on this YouTube journey, and I'll see you next video.